All right. Hopefully now this is working because I just had a technical problem just now, so I have no idea what was going on. But yeah. Okay, there you go. Perfectly. I was wondering what the hell is going on. I clicked start the stream, and for whatever reason, it wasn't doing it. But I'm assuming that's because I didn't switch like the stream key and stuff, so it didn't allow me to do what I needed to do. But now we should be good to go. Yeah, we should be good to go. Let me know how I sound in the chat, by the way, just make sure. So like we're good to go for this discussion. Hopefully everything sounds good. See, Mugiwara Gaming, hello everyone, what's good? Alamotiam, a wild Laz appears. Hey, sound good. All right, bet. That's what I like to hear. So make sure everything is fine actually on my end and stuff, and then we should be Gucci. We should be Gucci. We should be Gucci. All right. What is going on, everyone? Commodore Laz here today, bringing to you guys under One Piece manga chapter discussion. Today we're here to talk about manga chapter 936, titled the Sumo Wrestling Inferno Tournament. Now, you guys should know, basically, when it comes to, my enjoyment for pro wrestling, the fact that we have a chapter title based on the Inferno match, or basically, the Inferno tournament itself. It's something that, speaks to the heartstrings and stuff of the old Laz from 1998. You used to watch Monday Night Raw week in and week out. And, saw the Undertaker and Kane stuff, so it's really cool to see that. But in general, great chapter. I decided today I want to do another discussion like we did for last week. Talk about manga chapter 936. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the homies right now. They're probably working like a 9 to 5 at the moment or so. But today I figured, let's talk about, the chapter with you guys. Because I felt like last week I didn't get to do that enough, taking, you guys into consideration in regards to the actual discussion and stuff. So we'll break down the chapter and everything. But let me see who we got in here. Quentin, Graham, I see. Not my actual man Quentin, but still. Quentin, what's good? Chris said, let me see. Hold up. My eyesight's going. Chris says, great live reaction. Hold on. My eye says his appearance. Great live reaction for One Piece today. Hey, Chris, I appreciate it, man. Anna Chris, a solid chapter. Laz Di Gote, man, I appreciate it. But we got 24 people in here, man. Avaron is here as well. Wagwan. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and talk about this chapter because there was a lot. There was a lot to talk about. But actually, let me see real quick because I'm actually going to put up the... hold on. Where in the hell is the thing? Oh, yeah, perfect. Let me get that in. Honeymel says, where's Brago? Brago right now, he's kind of MIA right now at the moment, but he should be back by next week. I'm not sure exactly on the details per se, but expect Brago to come back next week, with a regular fire from his end. So definitely sending your support to him. But got a chapter to talk about. If the rest of the guys come through afterwards, I'll come through, but I'm just going to leave the thing up. But let me just see. So we'll start off right now talking about... Oh, yo. As I say this now, Wagwan Naya.
I'm alright, my bad.
No, you good. No, we didn't even start really too much yet, so you're perfectly on time.
I didn't even upload my video yet.
All good. Hey, when Naya does put up his video, though, make sure to go check him out.
I did it and I left, and I was like, damn. This
That's
time. That's good, though. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm good, man. Hey, listen, Oda brought the heat this week, man.
You got what you need at the end of the chapter. I feel it.
I mean, we'll wait till then, but I got to savor the moment. But let's just talk about from the start. So cover page. So I know a lot of people were not happy with me on this one because I didn't take in Wanzi because that was Sanji's opponent during the train sequence going to Eni's lobby, and I'm like, who the hell? And then it's like it's put like 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh shoot, it's him. But really good cover page request here. It feels like if Aokiji was actually in Wano, which is what I assumed when I first saw him. I'm like, wait, hold up, bro. He actually pulled up in Wano and stuff. I'm like, nah. But yeah, I mean, that's a dope request though. Honestly, like it just feels fitting. Like if Aokiji was actually in Wano, he would be there. Mm-hmm. But really good stuff there. Shout out to Misato. But the Great Sumo Inferno tournament. But yeah, we started the chapter off. We get to see Raizo. Who's kind of on standby and stuff after talking with Kawamatsu about what was going on, trying to get him out and everything. He tells him exactly, about the time and stuff. He says, it's at least like 9 days before the beginning of the Fire Festival. And it seems like Kawamatsu, though, is like, he's fine. It doesn't seem like, he's regressed or anything. Like he says, if the fight's out, we here for it. I want some smoke. So...
I told you guys to consider that fact. He was just chilling, waiting for the right moment.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that the man was saying the amount of fish he had to eat during that time, he said I guess eating rotten fish for 13 years did pay off. The fact that if he hadn't shriveled up during that time or gotten weakened, then he's gonna be a formidable dude. And obviously, it's kind of a little bit jumping ahead, but when we got to see like another shadowy appearance of him and stuff, it resembled. Do you remember back in the flashback with when they were talking about like Owen's flashback and everything when they went to the castle and you saw like Kinemon, that one person that was there that was like bowing, we couldn't see like who they were.
Well, that's why I assumed this guy was.
Yeah, because in the panel, like it actually shows like basically like the background stuff, like the design look, it kind of looks basically like that person. So I think almost pretty much confirms that. But what did you think about the Kappa Pop part? Because I've been seeing people say that he actually might be confirmed as a mink, but like the Kappas.
Oh, you think he might be a Kappa?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I never considered.
What's going on, boys?
Yo, Virgo, what's good, bro?
Not much. Stopping in before work.
How's that mic, bro?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, it actually sounds great. I appreciate it, man.
I mean, yeah, Kappas are something that I did expect to see in Wano. So if he is one, or at least has like a devil fruit that's related to it or something, I could see that working out. That'd be interesting. I don't know if he's legitimately a Kappa, but if he has like its ability or something of that nature, I think it works. I didn't even consider that based on his laugh. That was a good catch.
Yeah, because I didn't even notice it too, but I saw some people were saying like maybe like Kappa, and the only thing that comes to mind is like in Conan they actually have like the actual like tales about Kappas and stuff, and I'm like thinking, holy crap, that actually does make sense that he could do that. So, but Virgo, what do you think though? Do you think that Kawamatsu might actually be like a mink, or do you think that's just like his signature like laugh?
I don't think he's a mink. I think your Kappa theory might be the most applicable. In terms of when Kawamatsu said he was ready to fight, I honestly think that's a gag. I'm of the belief that he's going to come out of there looking skinny and completely shriveled. It's been 13 years. There's no way he's the exact same. And he may be eating fish, but it's poisonous fish. I definitely think he's deteriorated over time. I'm pretty sure that was a gag.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was interesting too because they said like it was 13 years and stuff that he's been eating the fish, but like, does that tell you like he's been in prison for 13 years and what's been going on the last 7 in between the time that they had disappeared? You know what I mean?
Well, then that kind of ties back to where I still think that at one point, Hiyori was probably with him.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, Lady Toki did not send him through time with everybody else, so he had to have something to do. So during those 7 years, I guess, before he got captured or let himself get captured, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah,
he was doing something vital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very possible. But yeah, let's get into the next portion. So we saw afterwards, Raizo, doing his little ning ning because Solitaire was about to pull off. He disappears. He does better ninjutsu than most of the Naruto cast. But yeah, anyways.
Facts.
Yeah, he vanishes. He's actually a real ninja and everything. And then we get to see the whole sumo wrestling Inferno tournament. And the thing is like, when I like saw the title of the chapter, right, I didn't think this is what Queen's plan was. I thought Queen was going to do like the whole, like, simple, Luffy's got to fight Hyogoro and then afterwards you're good. But now it makes a lot more sense and stuff. And it's like, the whole thing with like Urashima when we were like saying, some people were saying like, they didn't care for the sumo stuff. Now you have a reason to care because we're about to see him in an actual sumo match soon with Luffy. But what did you guys think of that whole concept and stuff when we got to see like, Queen kind of bring that in?
I thought it was cool at first because then when he clasped that over Luffy's neck, I was like, yo, this is serious. This is not a joke. Mm-hmm. Like this, he's really gonna have to do it. But then he took off his fucking sea stone handcuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Luffy's about to wreck. He didn't even have to touch them.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro, like when I saw him take it off, I'm like, are you serious? Like you don't want that to happen. Like
where'd the danger go? I had danger, you took it away.
And my thing is too, it's like, because I'm thinking to myself, because Kaido obviously was the one who knows everything that happened with Doflamingo and stuff, right? But for like those commanders, like you would have to think that they didn't know what's going on, right? Or like at least let's say they knew what happened with Doflamingo back on Dressrosa.
They should know about Whole Cake by now too.
And by that, yeah, then you would like, at least keep like the things on him because like watch he's capable of. By the way, Z-Killer is saying Virgo your mic. So yeah, just try and like lower your mic if you can. Yeah, it's like super loud.
I was super close because I thought I wasn't going to be loud enough because it's early in the morning.
No, just take it down a couple notches with the Zenkai boost. But now, what were you saying, Naya?
I don't have a problem with it because it's one of those things. It depends on what happens. It depends on how you take it, right? Yeah. Is Queen that confident in his abilities and whatnot that even if Luffy is free like that, he's okay, he can deal with it, or is he making a grave mistake by underestimating him in that sense? It's kind of one of those things you got to wait to see it before I can really be like, okay, it was good or bad. Yeah. I wouldn't have done it, but
yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, and personally speaking, I wouldn't even have had Kid and Luffy at all carrying around the blocks and eating kibidongos. I'm giving them the same treatment as
Komatsu. Yeah,
exactly. I'm putting them in a cell, real Kaitoseki, and I'm feeding them one boneless poison fish a day. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, I saw his handcuffs off. I'm like, look, bro, you're going to be twerking for Luffy real soon. And, like, it's like, people are thinking, like, oh, like, it might be a problem for Luffy. Look, he already did what he needed to do with Cracker. He did what he had to do against Katakuri. By this point in time, like, I'm not going to say, like, he's going to, like, watch him or anything, but come on. We know the outcome, how it's going to
go. He said himself.
Katakuri won, though.
He said himself he got stronger. So, like, Jesus. Like, first of all, you're Queen, and he has been busting your headliners' asses with cuffs on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know, man. It's just like, Queen. I just see this way. It's gonna be one of those things too, because you have to also factor in like Big Mom's gonna appear as well. So maybe like when Luffy looks like he's working Queen, or let's say something happens afterwards, because he'll grow up being there. Like we know something's gonna end up happening afterwards. Let's say if Luffy's like tagging him or something, and then after they decide to go after Hyogoro, then it's one of those where Luffy can't really do too much, because if he does anything further, the old man's gonna die, and that's where I can see Big Mom comes in to be like the distraction, so it kind of saves their keisters at that moment. But in regards to like the key and stuff with Raizo, because obviously the thing what happened with Queen, like when he unlocked it, now it's like what was the point of the key? But we find out afterwards that key was not actually for Luffy's. Do you assume that's gonna be for Kawamatsu, or is it gonna be for Kid, who I assume is probably still like within Udon, but like he has like his one cuff that's kind of like messing him up?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
So basically, like, you're but like in regards to like Raizo when he had the key, how like Queen opened the handcuffs and stuff for Luffy, right? And Raizo still had like the key, but he's like, I don't need it anymore. But then realizes, oh, that's not for you, that's for somebody else. So who do you think that key's gonna be for instead, since it's not for Luffy?
Oh, I guess that's possible. Now I know why he said what he said. Yeah, it could be there. Yeah, I don't know though. Is everyone's key like thing different? Do we know that for sure?
I mean, it's weird because like they said like, oh, you need like a certain set of keys, because they said we even call Kawamatsu, you have to get a certain set of keys for like the handcuffs and everything. And I was just kind of like, hey, he's like, you'll need to find the key to this cell and a key to my handcuffs.
Oh, so I'm guessing they all said. I was just assuming that like to get into his cage or whatever, he just needed a different pair of set of keys. The ones that he went were specifically for Luffy. So now that Luffy's free, he's like, well, damn.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs one more. As for the fact, could they work on kids? I don't know. I mean, if Kid could use liquid metal, like some people like some people have been theorizing to some degree, like mercury or something.
Yeah.
Just, or melt it down at least and control it on different temperatures.
Yeah.
You can just mold the key for himself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. And I mean, even then too, like I would still say, yeah.
Okay, because Kaitoseki is technically a stone. It's not metal. Right?
Yeah.
So,
maybe you could do that.
I mean, and then we could factor in. I mean, it'd be cool if Kid actually had awakening and could produce his own metal. Then we have a new factor.
I can see that. But I mean, it'll be interesting too, because I mean, like at the same time too, like we expect him to still be in Udon, because like he has to go and find his arm that Queen was tinkering around with, which we assume like because he had that whole metal thing. Now he has like it's gone. We assume like it's got to still be somewhere in Udon. So I could still see him still being there, like, trying to figure it out where it is.
You think he just has one arm?
Wait, was that Udon when Jack King and Queen were all meeting? Was that Udon?
No, that was at Onigashima, right?
But that's where he had the arm, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm also thinking too, like, wouldn't there also be like an underground way to get into Udon and stuff? Like, let's say like there's one way you can go through sea, but maybe for them they can go through another route.
Very applicable. I would assume they wouldn't all want to travel by sea every single time.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like just to add like that thing in, because like he had the tractor and stuff afterwards or whatever, like his little horse thing that was going on, and like for him to get there that quickly and stuff. I mean, of course you can go by sea, which is probably like the most common route to go through. But I'm also thinking too, like the option that could be also like an underground path that they get through, because like I think because also too like for the invasion, like you have to think it would be pretty obvious if you're just going through sea, like people they'll notice you. Like there's no way you can be able to infiltrate just like that.
They're gonna get the big mom treatment.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be like along that line. So maybe maybe at Udon, that's where they find like some like a pathway that actually leads you to Onigashima. They use that to send the entire alliance to go through and start attacking Kaido from there. But again, I'm just throwing out ideas. But
they're all a little speculation.
Yeah, I mean, but we'll see how Oda's gonna handle that. But yeah, the stuff with the Inferno match. I mean, Luffy botting everybody, and then it looks like Queen kind of taking in the fact that like he's a user of Haki of the Supreme King. And, I think obviously we're going to know that's going to set up for Luffy and Queen, like, possibly as soon as maybe next week or the week after.
He's no stranger to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kawamatsu, I found this interesting because he was already calling him Luffy Taro, and normally it's, like, people who already know of Luffy, or, like, to have that comfortability to kind of give him, like, his nickname and stuff or anything, right? Like, they usually give him at the beginning of arcs. He right away was, like, really quick on doing that. So do you feel like there's anything behind that, or just because the fact that he saw Raizo and them, it's like, he's comfortable because that's someone that's going to be an ally to them for the upcoming war. But did you make anything of that, or like?
I mean, he's been observing them the entire time since he's been there. And I was all believe. Remember when they called them the heroes of the prison? They didn't really show the bubble where that was coming from. People said that was the crowd around. I always thought that was the person in the cave that said that.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah. I mean, and that too, like, he also has a connection with Hyogoro, so I mean, there might be a deeper ties with him there as well. Maybe like a former subordinate or something. But all of them, of course, have ties going back to like Odin. So, I mean, that'll be interesting. But we head off afterwards to the bathhouse, which listen, man, bathhouse is goats. I don't care if no one said that. That's probably my favorite place in Wano right now, aside from a certain place we'll get to afterwards. But what y'all think about the whole thing in regards to Hawkins pulling up? He was about to go inside the bathhouse and everything. Drake's like, nah, like, I gotta fight Assault of Mask. Like, you take care of things with the small fry. But, we saw afterwards what happened with him. But, just general feeling. How'd you feel about the whole Drake and Hawkins situation? Because I've been hearing people say, like, they're not happy with the way they're kind of portrayed and stuff. We'll dive more into it. But, like, how'd you guys feel about their role during the whole stuff at the bathhouse?
First of all, Drake kind of treats Hawkins like a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks down on Hawkins. Like, no, you do the little work. I'm the big dog.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened though. He's postrizing.
No, Hemmings. Don't. I know you want to defend your boy.
Now what really happened was Drakes don't get no hoes, so he not used to making girls, right, and whatnot. So he's like, oh well, I'm not gonna go in there because I'm not. Now Hawkins be like, I be getting it. So he used to.
That's the narrative you drew.
There's no issue. He was like, "Yo, what's wrong? What are you doing? Come inside." He's like, "Oh, I don't need to come inside. I'm looking for a soap mask." And I was like,
"Yeah,
fuck out of here, Hemmings."
He peered his head in and immediately was like, "Oh my god, hearts came out." I'm like, "Bro,
yeah,
you serious?" Yikes! Hawkins is like, "What's wrong with this guy? You can't." If that was the issue, why don't you just say something? Stop trying to be a cool, tough guy.
Yeah.
I stand Hawkins. That's my goal. What my issue with the I don't like bathhouse scenes in general. To be honest,
yeah,
it's just overdone and played out. I just don't care for them. Like, in every anime they're gonna peep. I just don't care for it. So I don't have an issue with this part. The only thing that I found that was really weird was when Hawkins is like Blade is going towards Nami. It's just gone to the next panel. Did he reel it back? I was like, where did it go? Was he attacking her? Like. Because people were saying that the reason that the bathrobe slipped was because Sanji did that.
Oh, right? Yeah.
And also, I want to disagree with you, Hemmings, because in a lot of animes, a lot of information drops happen during bath scenes. So I can have to thoroughly disagree with you.
That's just a personal thing. I mean, you can like it. I'm just saying, like it's like every single
you personally asked.
Every single series has to do it, and like, every time it happens, I just roll my eyes.
Yeah, anyway. But I mean, like, when that happened, I was just kind of like, because when I saw the robe come off, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if he did that, then like it justifies too, like Robin's anger, because like how when she gets pissed off, man, she gets pissed off, and I ain't the first time that she's been pissed at Sanji doing something wild or saying anything wild. So like when I saw that happen, I'm just like, okay, maybe Hawkins' thing kind of like caught a piece of like the towel and then like just came off, or just like the natural like whoop, the towel just went, and then
it was definitely
the reason why the thing is weird.
Yeah,
is because he's looking for the wane and crescent moon on the ankle.
Yeah.
Whether or not she was covered was irrelevant for what he was doing. So it was like, did he do that? Like, I was just just a very weird sequence of events, because then like it's just gone the next time you see Nami's thing. So I'm like, what?
Well, I thought it was her because she's done it before, where she said the happiness punch.
Well, I figured like it just retracted like really quickly. I was like,
it's possible that she let it drop too. It's just like, what was he attacking or not? Like, what was he doing? What was
I think he was trying. I think intentionally he was gonna try and grab her, because like again, like he realized that was a Straw Hat too, right? Like I'm pretty sure like he's seen like what the Straw Hats look like and everything.
Hawkins
right?
knows all,
right? So I'm saying like I figured like he was trying to like he knew who she was and trying to capture her, but it was like one of those, as you're trying to capture her, the thing just comes off, and it's like, you know, his self-will was a lot stronger than we actually took into account, so he was able to...
All of a sudden, his curved sword went straight.
But there's one thing that kind of like got me like freaking out for a bit, and it's the whole thing with Shinobu. So, you know how we saw there was that eye that was there? That was Robin's, right?
I don't know.
Because when I took it in, right, I'm thinking, was it Hawkins doing something to, like, you know, kind of see, you know, who was there? But I think it makes more sense if it was actually Robin, using like her powers and stuff.
Probably Robin's ability.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, how would Hawkins, like, it's just like one of those things where like the random blink and it's like, oh, he just spot him, like he knew somebody was hiding and someone there. So I thought like Hawkins like just, you know, he did something, I guess was fruit or whatever to figure it out. But then it would make no sense because we haven't seen him ever do anything with like eyes or so. So I just took it afterwards.
Plus,
where it's like, it was Robin.
I mean, he wouldn't need that. He's already proficient in observation hockey.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, like, yeah, I mean, that's probably the case. Like, he just kind of felt that like, there was another presence near, like, Shinobu. And, like, it makes more sense that it was Robin's, like, little eye thing that was next to the hair. Because then you see, like, after she's, like, in the stance already, like, you know, when she goes into, like, using her ability. So, but yeah.
It's also not Shinobu's eye.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not Shinobu's eye, definitely. But I'm saying it's probably, if anything, like, Robin's, which is probably the easier one. Because I'm thinking, like, it would make sense. Like, unless, like, that's how his observation hockey is. Like, you just feel the presence, like, just like that, like, you know that someone's there, then like that's fine. But I just felt it was one of those things where I saw him, like, I couldn't tell like for sure or confirm for sure if it was actually Robin or not. But we see that afterwards, you know, the whole towel comes off. Sanji comes in with the happiness punch, which I was like, bruh, come on.
Listen. That like made me laugh just because I knew he was there. I just knew he was there the whole time.
Yeah, we all did.
There was no way he wasn't going to be there, especially since I had an inkling that something was going to go down.
Yeah.
Like, around the bathhouse, and he was just gonna have to be there.
Yeah.
So you. But the thing about it is, I thought the way he was gonna get exposed wasn't gonna be this way. It'll be in a different way.
Yeah.
But I knew he was there. So when it happened, I was like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah. And then I'm looking like when the girl goes and says like, "Yo, was that the guy from yesterday?" And my head clicked to me like, did he just use the thing like right away as soon as he went there? But it's like, nah, it's the same chick from the soba stand. But I'm like, yo, this man hit it twice within 24 hours. My dog, like,
you gotta practice with the race.
Yeah, bro, he abusing that thing.
Absolutely,
man. It was crazy.
But yeah,
but like no, I thought it was funny though. But so the North Blue, these guys all know about German 66. No matter who you are, if you're from North Blue, you recognize German 66 immediately. Like comic book was super popular.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just the look on their face, like, well, I mean, not the look, but like the way that they kind of felt about the whole thing, like, you know, that's like Stealth Black's like German 66. I kind of want to see how the anime is gonna portray it in terms of like the voice and stuff, because I want to know like, was he like really freaking out, like, oh my god, like it's a guy from Stealth Black, or it was one of those like Mazika, like, you know, like those oh shit, like. But I don't know, like in terms of the reaction, I want to see like how that's gonna be done in the anime, you know, because it's like. Anytime we've been seeing them, like with Law, with the comic book thing going on, it's crazy, man. Like these North Blue guys, they know their guys really well. It's crazy.
I also really hope that like Sanji has a different voice as well, kind of like some Great Saiyaman shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey yo, back like I never left.
Yo, BDV, Wagwan.
Oh, not much.
This nigga really said Braco shit.
Oh, man. I mean, he owns it until Brago's back. But what's going on, BDV? So. Yo, but what's called? We're on the part with the bathhouse and stuff. But what did you feel about the whole sumo wrestling tournament stuff? And then leading up to like right now we're at the bathhouse. Like, how did you feel about the whole like stuff at Udon?
Like so far, it's lit as hell right now. Like the whole entire sumo wrestling thing. I was expecting some sick shit, but Queen one up me and just did some out the wall shit. Like sumo wrestling with a explosive thing around your neck is up there.
Yeah.
And then him unshackling Luffy from the Seastone cuffs. That's also that was already alluded to before people were thinking the same thing. But No one was thinking that they would actually have another way, like counteracting like what he would do once he gets out of the handcuff. But the one thing that I did notice was that the guy in the cage did call the old man boss. So it's kind of like, I wonder if he's someone like an underling of him.
Yeah.
But also a right scabbard.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense. Like, if anything, he could. It'd be easy to say like he's probably one of the red scabbards, but I also think too like maybe the other guys were deprived from different parts of Wano. Like, you know how they're talking about like in the 5 regions, the Yakuza bosses, and it makes probably most sense that Kawamatsu might have been an underling to like Hyogoro or something, during their time, or maybe to another Yakuza boss, but knows of course of Hyogoro because out of the respect factor. So that's what I'm kind of thinking on that. But yeah, we just got to the bathhouse stuff, and we just got to the part right now. After Sanji just appeared and everything, the happiness punch stuff, and then they're about to make their escape and everything. How did you feel though about the way Drake kind of handled his business at the bathhouse? Because I know some people weren't happy with the way it was kind of done, but how did you feel about that though, BDB?
Well, for me, it's kind of weird seeing Drake see Hawkins as an underling. He's like, dude, you stay here. You do the little.
Thank you, BDV.
And so Hawkins is like, yo, I'm that nigga. What you talking about? I'm going in there. I'm gonna see some booty ass cheeks. So, so when you went in there, it's basically like it's exactly what anybody would expect. Like the Straw Hats knew who Hawkins is from way before from like Sabaody. I can't say the damn.
Sabaody, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not able to pronounce it.
No, it's all good.
But I'm one of the Flying Six. You go do my busy work, peasant.
Yeah, that's basically what Drake was saying.
Virgo, the mic.
Word.
Yeah, try to see if we can figure a way to like lower it or something like.
Don't stress too much. I won't be here very long.
Okay, I appreciate that, man. But nah, anyways, we can see afterwards, they make their escape, which I know some people were kind of like, about the whole thing, they were kind of like, it was like way too easy for them to just like get out of there the way they did, but like, I don't know, like, how'd you guys feel on that? Because like for me, I was just like, I wish we could have seen like them trying to make some kind of effort at least within another page of them getting out. But as soon as you turn, like they just dip right afterwards.
There is literally no problem with this.
Yeah, that I do have a problem with though.
Yeah.
And first of all, we need to talk about the fact that they know about the winning crescent moon on the ankle because that's important.
That too, yeah.
But listen, when Drake comes in and he's fucking weak. Because he can't handle seeing like women.
He's trying to the gym,
right?
Yeah.
And then Hawkins is like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Anyway, pay attention. That's Stealth Black, right?" This guy is clearly some type of serious North Blue legend. That everybody's on their toes for one reason or another. Like they may not believe he was real. So there's a certain level of caution that they're going to practice. With Law, it was different. He already knew Sanji had the Reitsu and turned into Stealth Black, so his perception came from a different angle. These guys don't know that, so it's like, who the hell is this guy? It's still Stealth Black. Be careful. Obviously, Sanji has the camouflage and he can skywalk. He's fast, so he just took him when he dipped. It's no big deal. What's the issue?
No, I mean,
I seen Grim wilding for literally no reason.
Oh no! Grim different, bro. That's crazy.
Y'all want to hear my problem with it?
He's yelling for no reason.
Since they landed on the island, Hawkins has been letting but a tour guide to damn Straw Hats though. Like, he'll be like, "Yo, do you know what type of land this is? Either you bow down or you join the Kaido."
Yeah, but I mean, like, let's go into like the traitor stuff because again, like when they were saying like they're looking for people with the crescent moon, like for them to know, you would have to know what's going on with the plan. So like, my assumption is that if Kyosho is still like on the evil side, he probably relayed the message back to like the Flying Six and informed them what's going on. So that's what they're looking for. Or the other possible option is that there might be a traitor amongst the group. And I feel like that would be a very intriguing story element because it's like you don't know who's exactly truly on your side, right? From like whoever's there. Like again, we haven't seen Dendro yet, right? So we assume like maybe like if there's going to be a traitor and someone we haven't seen yet, maybe they're the ones pulling the strings. But the likely thing could be it's like Kyosho just inform what's going on. But because it puts them in such a spot where everything can be revealed, they can be screwed up. There's got to be something that's going to cover it up. So like, how do you see that playing out?
It's also possible that it's just maybe because I don't know how recent this was.
Yeah.
When Beppo got captured, could be them. We don't know, but I kind of like the idea of somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody super important like one of the 9 Scabbers. It could just be some of the people who were waiting.
Yeah.
For Lady Toki's words to come true. and for one reason or another, they're like, nah, this is not it.
Yeah.
So they whatever maybe it's for the family or whatever, they have to,
Yeah.
they snitched. But I like the idea of somebody had actually leaked that because Shinobu was just there like yo.
Like, how did you know?
How did you know about that? How who could have told you? So it's like,
yeah, like the specifics and stuff too. It's just like, yo, I need somebody with a crescent moon on their ankle and stuff. It's like, huh? Like, so I mean, that'll be really interesting to see like how it's gonna play out. But I feel like sooner or later we're gonna find out exactly like, you know, what was the cause of it. Because I can't see it really like dragging it on unless it's gonna lead to something massive after. But
yeah, I agree with what Satsuki said in the chat. Like Kyoshiro telling everybody seems like more of a red herring. Seems a little too obvious.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, it could be someone else. If I had to place money on someone we haven't seen that might be of somewhat importance, maybe I'm gonna say that it could be Denjiro. But if not, then it's probably like you said, somebody that's gonna be of lesser value to us. But at least that's someone who's probably waiting for Toki's word to come true.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's probably like it's a backfire from what the Minks are doing, still from like the. You know how they're framing what's his name?
What are you saying?
Oh, Ashura Doji by going around.
Yeah, they could be framing Ashura Doji right now as backfiring because he's getting pissed. He's like, yo, it's not me. If you're looking for the people, then look for the basically look for the moon tattoo on the
Yeah, I didn't take that in.
I like that.
Because that has to backfire eventually. Because you don't just frame somebody. Eventually, it's going to come to them. Eventually.
Yeah, that would be crazy if he does that. And then it's like one of those things where it's like Luffy and Kinemon gonna have to like set that man straight and be like, "Yo, you with us or you against us?" Like yo, pull up. But
I'm on a laptop. That better?
You say what?
I'm on a laptop. Better?
Yeah, you sound better.
Cool.
All right, bet. But yeah, I mean, I could see that definitely be the case if Ashura Doji kind of flips a script on them and stuff, and then it's like one of those where Luffy and them kind of have to handle business when they pull up on him. So that'd actually be really cool. But let me see what the chat's saying too, because I saw some interesting stuff from there. In one sec.
I'm about to head back into work.
All right, bro. Appreciate coming through, man.
All right. Yo, Nairo, you getting robbed too?
Yeah, right.
I have no idea what you'd be saying. But I see Tobias saying Kyoshiro could go either way. He could ally, considering the inspiration of the character, a novel with a protagonist with the same name with us only half Japanese, or be a foe as the one to defeat Hugh. I mean, I've heard about the whole like novel and stuff. Apparently, that's in regards to like his character, and that came out like right after I made the Kyoshiro video too. So I'm kind of curious, like more on that. But I would have to find details after. But yeah, I mean, afterwards we heard about the whole thing in regards to, like, you know, Beppo and them getting captured, and they're using that to try and, like, lure Law out. So I assume, like, very soon we're going to get Law, like, within the next chapter or so, trying to, like, maybe find out exactly what's going on with Beppo and them, trying to get him out, and maybe he runs into someone from the Flying Six, and we kind of get, like, one of his fights that we're going to see in the arc. But how do you feel about that, like, that whole stuff with them getting captured? Because it's, like, obviously now, like, you have more problems now at hand because people are being caught. The chances of, like, the actual alliance being, like, you know, exposed to everybody in Wano, especially to the ears of Kaido and Oden, or to Orochi, is more apparent now. So it's, like, one of those, like, how did you feel on that? Because now it feels like he's, like, Oda's adding more problems to it, to what's going on. So it's going to try and make it, like something's going to go down. Like, what do you feel on that?
I feel that that allows... It no longer allows Law to kind of be on his high horse because now his men are captured. So now he's, so in a sense, hit them like the heart pirates are now part of the problem. As opposed to before, everything that was happening was like he was kind of like not the issue.
Yeah.
So now we get to kind of knock him off that pillar. So I do like that. I do like in that regard. I don't know if I like that Beppo got caught. I want to, if I could see how it happened, I would have more context. I was just like, oh, come on, man. Like, I really want to like Beppo. Like, I really do, but it's just like...
Hey, look, Beppo's still gold, but it's like, come on, coach. Like, come on.
I'm not so wrong, but
I'll tell you, somebody left, like, whatever his favorite dish is, somebody, like, left a little trail, like, a breadcrumbs to it, and they just caught him right after. Yeah, like, I just, I don't know. That'd be the thing, but it's just like, I mean, I can't see them switching either because of how much they care for like Law and everything. Like they're the type of guys I can see, like, especially if you read like the novel and stuff. I'm really feeling the guys that like they'll die without like revealing any secrets. That's how connected they are with like Law and stuff. But it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see, like, you know, how Oda's gonna try and play that out. And I assume within the next chapter or so, we're gonna get Law finding out what's going on and be like, yeah, like, you know what, my crew come first. Screw what's going on.
And how long was Sanji sitting in that information at the bathhouse chilling.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this man out here with his hand in his drawers, and like, yo, the important matters are at hand. But I mean, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
He said that, and Robert's like, or Robert was like, I think maybe it was Nami like, so like, what are you doing there? I'm like, yeah, exactly, what are you doing? Like,
yeah. It's like how long. Yeah, it's funny too because I feel like in the anime they're really gonna stretch that out too, where they're probably gonna have him just chilling somewhere, like just like see
that bathhouse is gonna be OD in the end.
I cannot wait for that. Like honestly, God, like I joke around and say like, yo, bathhouse big goal. I mean, it's big goal, but it gave me the Hagoro stuff and it gave me some hilarious moments. Honestly, like I was just like, bruh, like even just Drake too. I was not expecting that in his character to be like, yo,
carried.
Yeah, dude, I loved it. Fuck moments.
Yeah, I mean.
Shinobu carried, so
yeah, Shinobu's dope. I mean, like she's not someone who I'm looking forward to, but like she's dope.
She's my favorite new character in Wano right now.
I like her running gag of her thinking she's gorgeous.
Hey,
listen, our ball buster might be a top 10 technique.
That is a technique.
Hey, I'll say it's ball.
Better than Rasengan, bro.
The only thing that tops ball buster is Jaro Sapelli's ball breaker. That's the only thing I can say. But it's on the same tier though. It's on the same tier.
JoJo talk.
Yeah. I mean, if I speak anymore, but
Yeah, I agree with Sasuke. 91 people watching, but only 30 plus likes.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, like the stream. If you guys want to see more discussion stuff, like the stream, and if you want to see a Zoro masterclass, you already know what to do. But that's
like the stream for the fact that I have a good mic.
Watch it. I mean, yeah, that's actually important too. Yeah, like the stream for the fact that Virgo's on his laptop.
So you got a laptop now.
The fact that I have one.
All right, so you're back.
You're back, yeah. But yeah.
I am back, man.
So yeah,
I had to say I forgot what it was pertaining to Drake. I don't remember what it was.
Drake.
I mean the whole.
Okay, do you remember when his dad said that there's something about him that's cowardly, even though he's mad strong?
And I'm thinking to myself, like, obviously it's the whole thing probably maybe with women and stuff. Like he sees someone, right? But I've been seeing people say too that maybe he has a fear for blood.
Wait, what?
So basically, it's like when Sanji like did the whole thing where like he like did the happiness punch stuff, right, and then Drake got pulled up afterwards, right? Some people are saying that if it's not the woman, that it's that he has a fear for blood.
There's hearts. There's hearts.
I'm just throwing it out there. That someone's opinion on mine. Those are not my words, but there's somebody else's out there. But I'm just saying that's just what someone's thinking. But I mean, yeah, he probably has something for women and stuff too, but it's like I feel like that may not be the case. It's just probably something else that's just for his character. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that could just be like a gag thing.
Yeah.
I trying to shut it down. That was in the Canadianites.
Help to get away, but that line still could be important for later on for whatever reason. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Someone in your comment section said Hawkins is gay, Drake is straight.
I don't know about
I don't know about that.
Drake is a virgin. Yikes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but
yes, there is.
What's wrong with that?
He's like 30.
Where's your seat?
All right, you got it, man. But yeah,
you know what? It's not a race.
It's not. Definitely
take your time. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Safe.
But yeah, but we gotta enjoy the next part of this chapter, which the god tier part is the best part. So we head off to.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, you just killed it.
Like the stream.
Oh man, save energy. That was joking. But no, we head off to Ringo afterwards. We head off to Ringo afterwards, and we see finally getting to see Zoro actually do something. He pulls up on this dude. I was kind of shocked on the design too with this because I'm like, who the hell does he remind me of? And if you guys ever played like Final Fantasy V and you know of Gilgamesh, he's basically like a Benkei, those dudes that carry around like a bunch of like different like weapons and stuff. Like it's like a weapons collector kind of thing. I didn't take that in. I didn't take that in basically like when I saw it the first time because like design wise, I'm like I knew it had to be something important like in Japanese culture and stuff, right? But apparently it says that he says here, I have already returned the world-renowned blade Shusui to its rightful place. So basically, Shusui is no longer with Zoro whatsoever. It's back now with Ryuma at the grave and stuff. Because we see afterwards, because Zoro's up like 2 swords and stuff. So I think it kind of strengthens the fact that maybe Shusui is a sword that's going to be gone, and we're going to end up getting maybe the Nidai Kitetsu belonging to Zoro afterwards. But he also says, in the part which, kind of makes sense too for Zoro's role in Act 2, which is going to be trying to collect weapons for the Alliance and stuff. And he obviously sees, this dude has a bunch of weapons around him. He goes, "Are you a weapons collector? What do you plan to do with such a collection? You just in time. We've been looking for a lot of weapons." And they're about to throw hands right now. And, Zoro kind of giving him the work early on the bridge and stuff as we fade off at the end of the chapter. But what did you guys think about that whole thing with the Benkei guy? Do you feel it's going to be someone that we're going to be beating sooner or later? Like, a Denjiro, or he's possibly somebody, completely opposite of that? Like, how did you feel in that whole thing?
The jury's still out. I'm still gonna see more to see what significance this person could be, and does he get the weapons or whatnot. Still not impressed that he got his sword taken, but
yeah, bro, talk to him, Hemmings.
But
it happens, man.
He returned it to Ryuma's grave, which I don't know if Zoro knows where that is, because Zoro clearly took long to capture it, to follow him because he got lost. Probably.
Yeah.
He's like you followed me right away. I don't know, it took you so long. I'm like, because you got lost.
But also, someone pointed out that Zoro has a very good sense of direction when it comes to finding his swords.
Well, I mean,
that's not entirely even when he could sense it. That's true. He knows where it is, but he's still an ape.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time too, is if you think about it too, Ringo also has the Northern Cemetery and stuff, and maybe just to kind of keep things not too convoluted, is probably where Ryuma's grave is.
I think it's nearby.
I think it would have to be, because it's if he has a cemetery all the way somewhere else, and the most obvious thing would probably be it's still in within Ringo, but it's you have to he has to literally go and try and search for it. And if he has like you said, a good sense of direction and stuff when it comes to finding out where his swords are, then it's one of those he probably beats his ass and then afterwards goes and claims his sword after.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel because we're getting closer to Ryuma's grave, maybe this is where we might start tapping into stuff regarding Zoro's character. Maybe again, whatever Oda's been teasing stuff, with the Vivre cards, with Minatomo, the whole offspring thing. I feel there's something that's gonna come from it. From whatever Oda wants to set up from here, but
you better not do it.
I mean, look, if that blonde hair can get it, his own little thing, then it's only fair.
It has nothing to do with us not getting more thing. I just think he's Oda's. I think he's gonna cheapen the story, in my opinion. And this is my opinion.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
My opinion. If now, to some degree, every character that's on the ship is some important person from an important bloodline, he's actually the son of a samurai. Come on, the idea of Zoro being this self-made nobody from East Blue to me is far more interesting.
That's fire.
Than him having some important lineage connecting back to the literal island of samurai.
Yeah, but
Zoro was really just some dude who he wasn't destined to be anything great like that. But he's yo. I'm gonna train myself until my name is known through the heavens, whether or not I'm a criminal or not. That's so much more interesting to me.
I really feel that. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I feel that way about Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could make the case as well for him with Sanji too, because he didn't even need the stuff with the Vin Smokes and stuff, because he made his own name and everything.
The difference with Sanji is that this is a little bit similar with Zoro's backstory, but the thing about Sanji is the hints were there.
Yeah,
for
quite a while.
I'm from North Blue.
To the point that when it was dropped, it wasn't shocking. And the one thing about Sanji's backstory that I always find that was strange in comparison to a lot of other people, it's literally like a 30-day thing. Yeah. It doesn't even really cover his childhood. It's just these 30 days that I starved or so with Zeph, and then boom, Baratier. It was such a small sample size of his childhood life. So when we went even earlier and we got more of it, I'm yeah, all right, there we are. There had to be some more to this than just yeah. So I was just some guy on some ship, and then one day some pirates attacked. There was just so much more that needed to be done there.
Yeah, but I'm saying even too with the whole Zoro thing, it's when the way that he's been shown, when it was first shown how he was in the manga as a kid and stuff, depending on how you go for the version, you go with the anime, he just shows up.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to go with that? It's almost like with Luffy, when we saw him with the whole thing of Shanks. I don't believe that's all that there is to his childhood. There's definitely more of that, and I feel the same way with Zoro. Where's his family at? Is he just a random orphan? What's going on with that?
My daddy left. Hi, I'm Usopp.
Yeah, but and it's just like the whole thing in regards to him. It's just like, okay, look, he'll have like if he were to even have it, right? You can have whatever lineage thing. Do you think Zoro would care?
No, that's the thing. No. He wouldn't give a damn. Yeah, I agree with that. But I do.
I mean, I feel you. I feel you do. I wouldn't care. Like, I mean, for me, it's like whatever. Like, you know, but it's like he's not gonna let the lineage speak for him. He is his own lineage. Like in the sense of like, you know, he made his own name without having to be recognized as descendant of Ryuma or whatever. Like, I mean, there are little things in Thriller Bark that I still feel like that could have be setting up for Wano itself. Like, you can't introduce a character who has a similar facial design as Zoro and not say that there's going to be some kind of tie to him afterwards in some way as an ancestor, whatever the hell it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then again with the whole, I wish the Vivre card thing was not mentioned. The Vivre card was something that we would have got in the manga, maybe hinted towards or whatever. Because if they're talking about whatever offspring and stuff, and again, my boy has a horrible sense of direction. If he got on the wrong damn ship and sailed from Wano to East Blue, and then that's where he showed up afterwards, it's like. Because it's like, where does he show up from after? Like, in the beginning of the story? Like, how does that, like, how do you... Like, to me, it's just like, I need to know every detail from when he came out the sack, when he came to the world. I need to know those details.
When he came out the sack.
Exactly. It's like, I need, like, I gotta know this.
Give birth to Zoro.
Yeah, I gotta know that, bro. It's like, it's fair. Like, I can't just call him, oh, he's a random orphan. Like, so easy to write.
What if he was a test tube baby?
I mean... Nah, we're not gonna do that. I mean, but I mean, I just like I feel like just like the way like the handling of like, you know, like because he's such a big character. It's not like he's just like, you know, like Frankie, Chopper, like them. Like we got to see their things. Frankie, I doubt like we're gonna dive into his family and stuff. That was kind of like to the point. His family threw him off the fucking boat. He afterwards was, you know, with Tom and stuff. Fine.
We got the majority of what we needed from Frankie. He had a pretty
but I'm saying like this is like your right hand. And you're not gonna cover him in detail like enough from his past of why he like where he's at, because it would add like more to his character right now. Because you could make an argument and say that what like aside from him just fighting, what really is there for Zoro that makes you care aside from the things that we already know, loyalty and all that stuff. But as like, you know, why people love Sanji because of his character.
He's blood, sweat, and tears, man. He's the embodiment of working your ass off to get what you have. Like Zoro was a lot more interesting than people would like to make him seem. I get it, but he's a lot deeper than you would think initially if you just take the time to think about it. Like, and I'm not trying to hear that he's from Wano. I'm really not.
I mean, I'm not trying to like say like, you know, he's just like a random kid who just showed up with a straw in his mouth looking for a fight. I wouldn't mind if that was the case, but I feel like you could do honestly more with it if it was me.
There's the thing about it is you don't have. This is the main. I have this problem a lot, right? You don't need to over explain everything. You really don't. It can sometimes just be a very simple thing. Because this is like a small issue I kind of have with some DC writers that always want to like dive into the origin of the Joker. I'm not interested in the origin of the Joker. I'm really not. I don't want to know how such and such became the Joker. The Joker is the Joker. Okay, I'm that's fine. Like you really don't always have to over explain anything. This is my problem with Nomura. He's a hack because he connects everything for no reason. You don't need to do this. Sometimes you could just leave it up to interpretation, leave it up to imagination, and you don't have to go too deep into it. I have no issue learning more about Zoro and where he actually came.
I can't say that I haven't wondered a little.
Yeah, I think about it. I think about who Nami's real parents are all the time before Bellemere found her. You know, like I think about that all the time. It's just.
I mean, you don't think about like Usopp, like Shakes was just like, I can help you get rid of all your child support if you come out to sea with me.
Chill. But like I think about this all the time, but guess what? I don't absolutely need it to be explained. I really don't. Like it's not because it's not like it's one thing if that's a plot hole. It's a gaping hole. Like not knowing that where Zoro is from is ruining the story because no, it's not.
It's a gaping bussy. You know what a bussy is?
Oh my god, stop. Or like
you're wildin', bro.
Like it's not something that actually 100% needs to be dived into. I feel like he's going to, but all I'm saying is I'm trying to hear that he's born in East Blue. That's all I'm trying to.
Well, I mean, look, I think if the Vivre card wasn't, I think the Vivre cards weren't existing and stuff, then like it would probably be like one of those where I'm fine with it. But the fact that they said that he resided there in the village, but doesn't say that he was born, the possibilities are open.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I feel like the Vivre cards have kind of ruined that too, where it's like the element of surprise and stuff is going to be kind of gone. It's like, say when we find out whatever the Yonko's bounties are, it's like, it's not going to matter to me because you already said it in the Vivre card. In terms of other characters' origins or what they've done and all that stuff, I'm not going to care about it when you present to the manga because you showed it to me in the Vivre card or told me about it. And like as it's like I'm on the show and tell thing. You show me and then explain everything what's going on. You don't tell me what's going on and then like I never get to see what's happening. So
listen. The Vivre cards themselves, they're fine. Okay, I don't like them. There's nothing wrong with them inherently. I just have an issue with like, I don't know. It depends on how you feel about your like having a narrative and how much like, outside sources give you information on the narrative itself. I think new information and such like that should be always presented in the narrative itself.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to hear Sengoku confirmation of like Conqueror's Haki outside the story. I have no problem. Like, I'm not shocked that he has it or anything. It's just like why wouldn't I want to see that? Like
I get it.
Like the thing about it is like the things that you credit that I like are like people's favorite food and like where they're from. Like that's the part that I enjoy.
Yeah.
The additional information does nothing for me because half of it is useless.
Basically, Hemmings doesn't like dirty talk. He doesn't want her to say, like, hey, I'm going to do a backward forwards handspring into a triple somersault onto your dick. He wants to lay back with the cuffs on and have it happen to him.
I know, but it's like little things, too. It's like, okay, with Sengoku, when they revealed that he has Hoshoko Haki, right? It's like, can I at least see in the manga that he has? I mean, it's cool to tell me. It's cool to tell me he does, but look how many arguments it's spawned over the years of whether Marines have Conqueror's Haki or not.
That's like a 10-year argument. 10-year battle.
It's like if he had it, like he at least showed it.
That's what I'm saying. But then half the information is like, oh, did you know that like Stussy is a proficient user of observation and armament? And I'm like, this is the bare minimum requirement to be in the manga. Why wouldn't I already assume that any capable combatant already has these two levels of Haki to some degree? Like you telling me that, oh my god, like Garpat, like I know. And the worst when they confirm it when I've already seen it. They're like, yeah, confirm that I seen Sabo use Haki. Why are you literally seen it?
Yeah.
You're not confirming something. I fucking saw this happen in the story. Like I read the view cards and I just get a headache. I'm like, half this information is useless. And then if it's new, I'm like, the dragon stuff, like why am I not getting this dragon stuff in the story? I don't want to hear this.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a little upsetting when the Conqueror's Haki thing, like when you have so many chances on which you can literally show it. Marineford, he had umpteen times for Sengoku to use Conqueror's Haki on fire.
It could have even just been a one-off line in his head, like, so he has it just like me, you know? That's all it took.
Yeah.
Like Ace did that. Ace is like, oh, like he has it too. They're like, oh shit, Ace has it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally that simple. But I guess they didn't want to reveal that someone like him had it that early, which is fine. Listen, some people like information no matter how they get it, and that's totally fine.
Yeah,
I'm not that person. For me, half the story is how you tell it.
Yeah,
the way the information is presented to me adds to my excitement of it. If you just tell me something randomly in a data book, as opposed to showing me the story, it's not gonna hit the same for me. Yeah. You might hear something and be like, oh yeah, that's so hype. Like, Zoro can cut the moon in half to get it from the data book. I'll be way more impressed if I just see it in the story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just me though. You can like the Vivre card. I'm not telling you not to like it.
No. I feel you on that though. Yeah, because
Vivre cards are the greatest. Like they're fine, bro. It's just me. This is my.
I mean, it's like anything that comes from a visual representation stuff that should be in the manga. She shouldn't just bother putting that into like the Vivre cards. Like show me what's going on with these characters, like, and what they're doing and stuff. Like if you're telling me like little details and stuff, like because like I feel too like Oda's doing that as well because he feels he can't put everything in the manga, and I feel that's
what I think too,
and that's horrible because it's like how long do we got left if this is what they're offering, especially like the novels too, because obviously like we want to know like how the supernovas got to their destinations and stuff, like certain characters that we never got to see really their journey, how did they get to where they are now. Obviously that's not going to be told in the manga.
I gotta get out of here.
All right, Virgo.
Yeah.
Take care, bro.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I mean, just all, I don't know, the whole Vivre card thing. Like it's I don't know, like in itself. I know, like it has some good stuff that we can provide, but anything that should be in the actual literal story, like in the actual panels itself, like Oda, just don't just show me in the manga, man. But how much we can honestly do on that, man? It's a story, but
so Zoro win
better. I mean, if Zoro doesn't win here, bro, then it just shows that Oda's his. How can I say this in the nicest way without pissing off some people? Oda has lost his fucking touch. That's exactly what I'll say. If Zoro loses this dude right here, he's lost his touch.
Yikes.
Like, I mean, I don't know how to put it, man. If your right hand commander can't even beat a right hand guy can't even beat Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy V, then I don't know what to say, bro. We're not winning this war. Like, it just goes as simple as that.
Probably gonna body you.
He probably is and stuff, but I feel like if it is Denjiro or something, like, you know what I mean, then it's probably one of those, like, oh shit, like, how do you know about this? It's gonna be one of those things where, like, they're gonna end up talking out or something, and then it's gonna be like, oh shit, never mind, like, I know who you are and stuff, whatever. But, like, for that to happen, like, Zoro would have to have really beat his ass to get that information, because I can't just see him, like, just talking off like during the fight.
I also wonder if, like, It's hard to really say that Ryuma did accept him. He didn't. It was technically Brook Shadow in his body, but some approximation of Ryuma's corpse or whatnot, whatever you want to call it, did kind of give him the sword in a sense. So it's like, part of me feels like he 50% earned it. So I wonder if anyone would believe that though.
I'd be curious though, because I mean the corpse, like, we know that thing's like completely gone, unless, like, for whatever reason we're gonna end up seeing something like a manifestation spirit, like something out of like Tong Kong 64, which I don't know if I would want that either. But it's like, because I feel like at that point, like, Shisu's probably gonna lay back and rest with Furuma's grave, and like Zoro's gonna get Nidai Kitetsu. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he keeps Shisu because
I would like to see it too, yeah. But it's just like, I mean, like, for him, the 3-star style, like, Wado Ichimonji is gonna stay. I think the only one I can see possibly disappearing in terms of upgrades would maybe be Sandai Kitetsu. Upgrade the Kitetsu style, and then it's like maybe go off to the Shodai as your main one. Wado you keep, and then Meishisui.
I like that better.
Yeah, like, he upgrades the Kitetsus over time, and it just shows, like, how much stronger he's become with them. But does he break it? I don't think so. I think he probably just, like, retires that kind of thing. Like, I've done, like, beating the shit out of people with the, you go to rest, now it's your turn. It's kind of thing. So I can see something like that.
Hey, yo, keep 4. Not even like you have to wear 4 on the hip. Just keep 4.
Yeah. You're gonna be a sword merchant. Man's gonna be out here. He gonna be out here with his own. What's the name, bro? From Tower of God. Oh my God, I'm gonna make the mistake. You remember the thing that they keep, like, all the swords and stuff? It's not the pocket, but the real.
I think it's an arms inventory. Okay.
Yeah, the arms. Yeah. I think it is. It is. No.
That's what they carried in, but you mean the real inventory? Where, like,
yeah. He gonna have himself like a little. That'd be crazy. That just has, like, just bunkai, just like all these other swords and stuff. That'd be wild. Like, all sorts, like, people he killed and stuff. That'd be wild. But I can see that. I mean, I saw it also too, like, the guy, like, the Benkei dude, which I'm assuming that's gonna be his name until further notice, because that's kind of what he's based on. But he has, like, his own little glaive thing going on, and I saw some people saying that it kind of looks similar to the one that, like, Weevil and the one that Whitebeard had and stuff. Which I didn't take it. I mean, obviously it's not the one and stuff, but it kind of looks similar to it. But I'm feeling like it might be of some kind of, like, importance of, like, the Wazemonos, because they're saying, like, it could also be deprived from, like, swords, spears, glaives, that kind of stuff. So maybe that's one of the Wazemonos, just a different model.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to be, like, in actual battle. Like, well, what grade? Like, because I think regardless, Zoro should be able to take care of him. But it's like, it'll be cool to see, because now they're getting, like, the weapons collection stuff. We're probably going to see, like, a whole different variations of swords that maybe we're going to see at later events and stuff. So, like, because we're getting this dude right now, we're probably going to see all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be really cool.
I'm with it.
Yeah. But let me see if there's anything else. Like, but yeah, I thought it was really cool too. Even, like, the last dialogue too, because I'm certain the last part when Zoro said, "You will die by the hand of the one you stole from, you thief." That was Zoro that had to have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the fact that, because I was thinking to myself, like, it couldn't have been the other guy, because, like, obviously Zoro, like, he has no problem, like, if he has to kill somebody, he has to kill someone. We know, like, back in the day, he was about that life. So I'm curious to see, like, him actually, like, I mean, I don't think he'll actually kill a dude, but, like, he's gonna have the intention written all over his face because someone just came and mugged him when he's shaking his guard up.
Hey man, have you ever met a wild beast that you sure wasn't gonna bite?
Yeah, exactly, and there it is. But nah. But what, if you had to give like your rating and stuff for the chapter, what did you feel you were leaning towards?
Hawkins out of 10. So listen, the more Hawkins I get, the better.
That sound like a 4, bro. I play.
Yikes. I was floating around the 8. That's what I was floating around.
Yeah.
Same as last week. Floating around the 8.
Yeah. I mean, I would feel it too, but then it's like, man, I got the Zoro things. I got to bump it up.
Yeah. I feel you.
But I mean, yeah, 8, 9 out of 10. I think. I'm gonna, screw it. I'm gonna go with 9. I'll override it. But if whatever happens next week happens and Zoro doesn't get, what he should be getting is his W, then I come back here and scale it down 1. So we'll see. But still, great chapter regardless. If you have to make any predictions, what do you think is gonna transpire? Do you think the whole chapter? I mean, I'll say half the chapter at least would probably be focused on Ringo and the stuff going on with like Zoro and the Benkei too. But if you had to think, what do you think would happen?
I'm trying to see where Beppo at.
Yeah.
Maybe see where they're locked up or where they are right now. These guys gotta regroup. I want to see more of the sumo wrestling stuff with Luffy. I feel like Queen might have some sicko shit in the back pocket. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be a torture freak, right? So
yeah, because those cuffs that he had around the neck and stuff, like it's like if you dip, your head sliced off, and I'm just like, yo, that's what I like to see. Like, it is, bro. And it's like the whole thing, like when they're like the explosion, if you try and jump out of the ring and stuff, they like blow up. I'm like, yo, that's actually pretty dope. I like that. But I do expect him. He's gonna be I think King will probably be the craziest of the torturers and stuff. But I do feel like he'll be like a really good close second in that category. So it'll be dope though. But yeah, I'm feeling with the Beppo stuff. Maybe we actually get to see Law, and I don't know if he'll be at Udon specifically, but I feel like he'll be like somewhere nearby the Flower Capital because we know he's in Ibisu Town with Usopp and Frankie and them. So I feel like they'll probably run into, I guess, like maybe one of the Flying Six who has like Beppo and them captured, and then maybe like we got to see like Law team up with Usopp and Frankie to take on some of the Flying Six guys and whoever's there from Kaido's group.
That reminds me, I was hoping to hear whether or not Sanji was able to defeat Page 1 or not. So so I mean, know what happened with that. Did he just get away? So
yeah, I mean, the only assumption I can think is that like they probably get away, but I'm thinking he might have also injured him too because the last thing we saw of him was like he sent that kick that went through like the buildings and stuff, attacking Page 1. So I think I'm the assumption of that like even though Sanji escaped, Page 1's probably like injured if anything. Because then it'd be like he would probably still be roaming the streets right now, like trying to look for him. He would have been there.
That's kind of why, especially since Sanji was like, laws like we need to preserve our forces, but Sanji is like, yeah, but like decimating their forces is also not a bad idea.
Exactly.
Right? So did he take him out or not? So I was hoping to get confirmation of some sort, but we didn't get that.
Yeah, I think if anything, I would assume that he's probably injured, but I don't think like he's gone completely from the arc. Maybe we'll see him again afterwards and gets bodied by somebody else, but. For sure, I think like Sanji just did what he needed to do. I mean, it would have been nice to see like him just standing over like Page 1 and then running afterwards, which would have been nice. But like I think just doing like how Oda did, which is him with the attack, it just kind of like he took him out. Like that's all you need to know. But yeah, let me just see what the chat's saying too, because I just seen right now. We had like almost like 90 some people before watching, which is pretty dope. 97 actually, but dropped down a bit because the Zoro haters, these people wilding. They don't want to see my boy shine. But now, let me just see what the chat's saying right now. Faraway says, I'm sure Benkei Guy will show off his weapon collections of Zoro, like 999 weapons, which is the exact number of weapons the real-life Benkei been collecting. I also want to put this into, because I saw, shout out to the Underground, because they always provide like the little translation references and stuff at the end of the chapter. So, in regards like the Benkei, right? So, for the translation, they're saying like the person that was introduced in this chapter is likely reference to a Benkei, a historical figure who armed himself with 7 unique weapons: a sword, broadaxe, rake, sickle, wooden mallet, saw, iron staff, and a naginata. Benkei was said to have wandered around Kyoto every night to collect swords from samurai whom he thought were unworthy of them. Upon collecting 999 swords, he failed in acquiring the 1000th sword from Yoshitsune, who's a follower he then became. Benkei remains as one of the most popular figures in Japanese history. It can be found in many works of fiction, such as like novels, anime, and games. So this could also tell us that if Zoro beats this dude's ass, he's going to become like his Aniki. So I could see that being the case scenario now. Actually, he's trying to collect like his last parts of the weapons, which he said he wanted to take Zoro's weapons. If he decided not to run away, Zoro beats his ass, and it's like, okay, now you're with me. But I'm also thinking because it's starting to look like the thief thing that he might actually be the Robin Hood kid or boy that they were talking about before.
Missionary boy.
Yeah. I can see that too, but I'm like, it could be too big though to be that. You know what I mean? Like you would notice if some dude coming out here in the streets robbing the rich and giving to the poor. You would notice what he looked like.
I don't know if that's. I don't think that's him, but it could be interesting if he is. But I would feel like isn't he like stealing from the rich?
Yeah, he steals from the rich and then he gives to the poor. But I mean,
He's not just taking weapons though, unless that's like the kind of mask he's putting on in the sense to like, oh, I steal weapons, so to act like he's not the Missionary boy. But I don't think it's him personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that'd be the case. All right. But let me see. William says, I think Zoro will take out Sandai and change it with Nidai, and then he will have 3 swords with the same level sword grade. I mean, I still see him keeping Wado Ichimonji at the very least towards like the end of the story, because again, like he's carrying Queen of Dream regardless at the end of the day. So that's
the most important sword to him.
Yeah, like that's never gonna change. But in terms of that, I mean, he's gonna keep. I think he'll keep Shisui because of the whole Wano stuff and everything. Kind of like Ryuma, and basically since it can't be Ryuma because he's dead, but it'll be like Wano like kind of accepting him as like the successor to Ryuma. So if anyone's gonna be fitting of having that sword, it's gonna be him. And then he'll probably end up upgrading like the Kitetsu, like I was saying before, and he'll probably end up having like the Shodai Kitetsu instead for him. So I can see that being the case scenario. But
yeah, I think that one's the one that's the most like disposable in my opinion, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see it being broken. It could be something like where it's like retired, or maybe he just switches up and stuff on the fly.
Yeah. I'm not against him like having enough respect to leave the Ryoma sword there. I just think that out of the ones he has, it looks the coolest, so I want him to keep it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just like, man, the black blade be out here glistering and stuff, man. Like you gotta keep that.
It just looks fucking dope.
It does.
I just want him to keep it.
Yeah. But let me see actually what else was saying. Benkei is the 10-10 of the verse, bro. That come on, he gonna get bodied like 10-10, but like, come on, let's not do this just yet.
10-10 of the
that's crazy. It's crazy, bro. The disrespect already on Zoro, bro.
He's gonna be throwing weapons like.
Oh my god.
Oh, what's his name? The bounty hunter, Jet and whatever from the Coliseum. And Dressrosa is gonna be throwing weapons at him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The bounty hunters, I can't remember their name. Shit.
Escapes my mind. Let me actually check that out too, because like I don't know that, because I remember seeing him the first time. Like I thought he would be cool, and then it's just like, yeah, it is what it was on him. But obviously, what Sasuke was saying here, I just saw his comment. I need Scratch on a poo to flex. I'm feeling for that mixtape. I'm curious where the hell he's at.
I told you guys.
He's like just chilling, man.
It's coming.
Yeah, that boy. Oh yeah, it was Jean Ango.
There you go.
That's his name. Yeah, he's the one that said he was trying to capture like the level 6 prisoners and everything. So
yeah, he just tossed them swords. Not it.
He was not it at all. Out here, man. But let me see. What else is over here? Yeah, people are saying they're feeling like 7. Sasuke says 7.8. Reptar says 6. Archif Law says 9. Florian Triangle says 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. So I'm feeling towards 9 out of 10 sounds really respectable. We'll see. But let's see. If Moria comes to Wano, then he could bring Ryuma's fixed corpse, or was it incinerated to ashes? It was incinerated from what we saw. Like that thing's gone. Like I ain't coming back at all.
It was burning, and then like Moria would have to bring. I don't think Moria was bringing that.
Nah, I don't think so at all. I mean, it's like if we're gonna see something with Ryuma, it's gonna be similar to like Donkey Kong 64 with the whole like the spirit stuff that they would do with like the granny and everything. That's the only way I can see like they'll pull it off. And even then, I'm like, he dead. Like unless you're gonna show me some purgatory stuff, which look, I already went through enough of that with ties. Like, but let me see. Remember again about Chinjao saying that New World Conquer Hockey users are so many. I mean, going back to like the whole comment stuff with like Sengoku and everything. I mean, like again, I like to see like to see characters have it, like show me in the manga, and then you can tell it after whatever. But it's like,
yeah, I just want to see it. I'm not one of those people who are like I understand some people's gripes with seeing so many conquerors. I get it.
Yeah.
But for me, there's two things that you have to consider. One is if you take it quite literally, like if you just think about literally every single person in the One Piece world, and the number of people we've seen, that number is still incredibly small percentage wise.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who are the best of the best with the capabilities to rise above, the circumstances and whatnot, they're probably all going to be prominent pirates and characters in the New World. So now that we're in like the harshest seas, we're going to start seeing them more often. So I don't have an issue seeing as many as we've seen so far, especially when I think about like the fact that it's still actually rare if you think about it in the context of take literally every character. So you don't. So for me, it's fine. I know that's a common complaint I see. There's too many conquerors. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I mean that's completely fine because again, like we were saying before, like we're in the actual like New World itself. Like it's gonna be apparent we're gonna see like a lot more of them. I just want to see Oda actually show us more than just knocking out fodder with the Conqueror's Hotkey. Like I think by this point, especially with this arc, I feel like we have to kind of see what more can a Conqueror do besides just like knocking out fodder. Like especially since it's being like the most proficient or at least the most valued form of hockey like in the series. Like we should see like a lot more from it, but. I think the only person we'll probably get to see that from maybe is from Kaido. Like he'll be our first demonstration of how crazy Conqueror's Hotkey could be if like how to use it properly and stuff. But we'll have to see. But I think pretty much we got through everything we need to. Is there anything else in the chapter you want to talk about that maybe we kind of like missed out on, Naya?
I feel like we covered everything. I don't think we talked about the tattoo, right?
Yeah. Like against like the traitor stuff. I mean, I'm still of the assumption it's either Kyoshiro let him know what's going on, or like there's probably someone within the ranks that probably snitched and told him what's going on. But yeah, because I feel like if it is being Kyoshiro or something, that's gonna be a red herring. He's gonna do something to kind of like shut things up. But because it's so out there in the open and Hawkins knows, like how do you stop that? I don't know. So I'm curious on that.
I think we're good for now. We've covered pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Hawkins,
yeah, I see Tirivino says Apu capturing Beppo. I mean, that would be cool to bring in like Apu into the arc and stuff because I feel like we gotta see him like real soon.
If that's how they got captured, like I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be wild if he was out here playing like his own like concert or something. They lured him out and that's how they captured him afterwards. He was playing a sneak peek of his album. Like do a mixtape.
He set out a 50-second snippet of the new SoundCloud link.
Yeah. He was playing what Vince's track Crazy. He was bumping Crazy before the snippet, and then Beppo like what's this new heat? But nah, shout out to Vince, man. If you don't know, Vince one of the homies for the Tower God podcast. I'll put SoundCloud down in the description below because he does a lot of the music work and stuff for Naya's channel and everything, and he really makes some good stuff. Definitely go peep him. I hear he's in collaboration soon with Scratchman Apu, so if you're ready for that album. Be prepared to see Vince Benitez on the beat. So,
produced by Brooke.
And there it is. But I appreciate everyone that came through. We had almost like 100 and some people prior like coming through. We have like consistent 88 right now though. But again, I appreciate everyone coming through early in the morning. I know I could do this at night and stuff, but sleep out honestly. Like naps out. They goat.
I mean, for people who are not like in this time zone, though, it works for them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I kind of like the morning streams. Like, at least it gets everybody involved and stuff. It's still good for the rest of the day for the VOD and stuff. So, no problems.
Them ungodly hour Brago streams, not it.
They are not. I mean, look, I respect it.
But after that, I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm sleeping. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's tough for me too because like I'm trying to get my sleep pattern back. But shout out to Brago though with the nocturnal streams. I expect the homie to come back sometime next week, I think. But we're going to have to wait and see because, again, like the G League assignment, for those who are unaware, basically Braga went down to the development team in the NBA to work on his jump shot. So he'll be back next week possibly, for his usual minutes restriction. So look forward to him. But everyone, thank you guys for coming through. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe. Be sure to check out everyone's channels in the description below. Naya, Virgo, BDV that came through. Next week we'll probably come back in the morning for another discussion if you guys want to see that. Like the stream if you do. If you know what, let's put goals on here. If we get 40 likes at least on this stream, we'll do another discussion in the morning next week. And I might do it in a different style because Sekiro might be coming out early for me next week, and we might get some footage, gameplay of Wano while talking about Wano.
So, what about World Seeker?
Yeah. Like the stream, guys. Enjoy.
I'm not getting.
World
I'm
Seeker's
not
not
getting
it.
now either. Don't worry.
No, trust me. I saw enough of World Seeker through Rhymestall's playthrough yesterday. I'm like, yo, this is not it. What kind of game am I looking at? Like,
I know I'll have fun, but I'm not trying to have fun for $100.
yeah, exactly. Like, you give me the $30, $20 sale, I'll get it. But it's like, nah. Like, there's no way. That is not worth $100, bro. That's bro. I'm not killing myself at work getting beat with the whip to place that a 4 out of 10 game. Nope.
By the way, you said 50. You said 40 likes, and it's already at 54. That Floyd tried to point that out.
Oh, then hey, perfect. We're gonna have a discussion then next week. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yo, you guys are great people, man. Doing God's work as you should. But yeah, discussion next week. I'm gonna see if I can try to get the whole Sekiro thing going on, so that way, because that's something I want to kind of add to the channel where we have like some Wano stuff going around the gameplay and stuff, and then we kind of talk about the chapter as well. So you guys have something to look forward to as well in the background. But like the stream, yeah. What do you say though?
That's all that mean when you do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, we're gonna be out here as Kozuki Odin in his prime. We're gonna be botting some samurais and stuff. So look forward to that. But like the stream, if you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys hopefully next week for some Sekiro, aka Wano Country Greatness, and that Zoro Masterclass. So Commodore last signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care.